Hey, this is Coach D. So I'm reading this book called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And this book has literally opened some things up in me that I really really needed to get real with myself about. And I'm doing these videos called Honesty Moments. And I really had to take inventory of a lot of things in my life. And one thing I realized is when I hear about my friends getting engaged, or they're planning their wedding, or they're getting into these new relationships, I realize that I'm saying one thing and feeling another way. And it's like I'm telling them, oh, I'm so excited for you, I'm so happy for you, when really I'm secretly jealous because it hasn't happened to me yet. And I'm coming off as being a walking contradiction. And so I really had to get real about that today. And it's like I had to say that shit out loud, that I'm trying to be happy for them, but I'm not happy for them because it hasn't happened for me yet. And it's like, as I said that out loud, it was like this neutral kind of making peace with it that came over me in that moment. And this book that I'm reading, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, is basically saying that, a lot of times in life we read all these self-help books about ways to be happy, and we try to do these things, affirmations and ways to be grateful. And I do all of those things. But when we're doing those things, it's like we're doing those things because we think that something is wrong with us. And so we're trying to improve that. And I totally get both aspects of that and what I was reading in the book. But one thing I realized, the common thread as I was reading this book is we try to control in life every situation, every outcome, how we want it to be, how we want things to unfold. And when we let go and we stop resisting, that's when what we want can come. And it's like you have to let go of trying to control the outcome. And I realized this shit as I was reading the book, and it was like, and then I also realized how many times in life do I say yes to opportunities and experiences when really I want to say no. And I realized that I had this, I'm not even going to call her a friend, associate come back into my life, and some things happened or whatever. And I found myself hanging out with her because there was because I forgave her, I felt like there was this obligation to still hang out with her. And I came to the conclusion today, as I said this out loud, you can forgive somebody, but it doesn't mean that you still have to be around them. And it's like I realize that I'm putting myself in these uncomfortable situations to appease the other person, when really on the inside I'm saying yes, when really I should have said no. And so I realize that I'm going to be more aware of when I say yes in life, when really I mean no. And I'm going to be honest, I've told clients you need to say no, you need to do this, you need to do that. But I need to follow what I'm speaking, and I need to learn how to say no more instead of yes. And I think that's going to be my challenge. I've kind of I'm taking some time away from social media this week to do videos and do other things that I have going on. And part 2 of the interview with Jennifer we're going to be doing that this week. So I want to put a lot of my energy in that. And there's going to be some really dope questions that she's going to ask me. And I'm actually going to allow myself this time to go through the uncomfortableness and not resist it. And even if I have to take a break from that question and come back, I want to go through that question. I want to be able to face the uncomfortableness in every area of my life, but especially these questions that I'm being asked. And so I realized as I was reading this book, and as I started really taking inventory in my life, and I know I'm all over the place today, but I'm tying it all into something, that so many times in life we say, oh, I'm going to go to this birthday party, or I'm going to go to this dinner, or I'm going to hang out with you, and really you don't want to do it. And it's like we put ourselves in uncomfortable situations to appease the other person. And then when we end up putting ourselves in those situations, we're beating ourselves up because we should have said no when we said yes. And I know that I'm guilty of doing that, but I realize at this point in my life that I want to say what I mean and mean what I say. And I don't want to waver on that based off of what the other person is going to say to me. I don't want to be convinced. I don't want to be manipulated. When I say no, that's it. That's part of me honoring myself. And I'm realizing that I had this vision with these videos I'm doing, Honesty Moments, but I feel like I'm not only having to take inventory of my life and what I do, but I feel like it's taking another turn, but it's taking another turn that's necessary for these videos to reach who it's supposed to reach. And so I'm just staying open, however it unfolds. I'm just going with it. But like when I started reading that book, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, it really resonated. It really resonated with me in so many ways. It was like, wow, like I put so much energy in these areas of my life that at the end of the day, I have no control over. It's going to be what it's going to be. And when I let go, everything that I want, everything that I desire, it just literally flows into my life. And it was like a light bulb that went off in that moment. It was like, wow, like, why am I trying to control the outcomes of situations in my life where at the end of the day, I don't have control over it? It's going to be what it's supposed to be. That's for my highest good. And so I just wanted to put this video out today because I think that somebody needs to hear that. Like, saying no is part of honoring yourself, is part of putting yourself first, is part of self-care, is part of taking care of yourself. And I know for me, like, I'm in these spaces sometimes where I want to help everybody and I want to save the world and I want to do all these great things. And I actually had a client ask me the other day, she said, Coach, can I ask you a question? I was like, of course. She said, if somebody reaches out to you for life coaching or energy work or something like that, do you work with everybody? I said, if I get this unsettling feeling and spirit tells me, no, that's not a good fit, I'll recommend them to somebody else, but I don't work on everybody. I don't work with everybody. It's just something that I honor within myself. And I always pay attention to things like that when it comes to my business. But I also realize that I need to have that carry over in my personal life as well. So this is Honesty Moments with Coach D. This is just a short clip of what's to come. The videos will be longer, but right now, this one's only like 7 minutes and 7 seconds. So I hope everyone has a good evening. Peace, love, and light.